Hello. In the spirit of fostering that level 9 analysis, we're going to take a line of dialogue from an Inspector Goole and pull out 3 interpretations for it. Now we're going to look at a line rich in contextual references that can be rolled out for the delectation of the examiner. Now it's a line from Act 3, just before Goole makes his dramatic exit. He says to the Birlings, if they don't learn to behave a bit better, treat the poor a little bit more nicely, then they'll learn in fire and blood and anguish. And hey, you should hear the BBC radio drama version of this. Toby Jones, who plays Goole, he hisses this line with such muted vehemence. It really has the heckles, the hackles in the back of your neck standing to attention. Anyway, we're going to take a perceptive look at this. Perceptive is a word from the top band of the examiner's mark scheme. We have a perceptive analysis, see what we can't pull out of this line. One way of reading this line is that if the Birlings don't stop exploiting the poor, they're going to burn in hell. Squink and I like that word fire. Fire has connotations of hell. The fiery pits, the flames, the fires of hell. Don't forget, Priestley's play is known as a modern morality play. And like that woefully dull genre of medieval drama, this play has got a moral message to impart to its characters and its audience, namely that we need to treat the poor better because it's our moral duty. So, hell awaits the Birlings. There's a high price for moral transgression if they don't dial down their exploitative exploits. It's the business end of the devil's fork. It's burning in hell for all eternity if they don't learn to play nice and share that wealth. 1945, the year this play was produced, was the same year that World War II wound to an end. Can we forge a link between these two events? You bet Granny's gold teeth we can. In order to fend off Hitler and his ilk, in order to defeat the might of the German army, or the Axis powers, whatever you want to call them, it was vital for the social classes to set aside their differences and fight as one. World War II then was the fire, the blood and the anguish where the ruling class would really learn to unite with the working class. The last way we're going to look at this line is by connecting it to ideas of social revolution. Fire, blood and anguish might just be the price that the Birlings pay, the price that their social class pays when the poor rise up and beat the bejiminy out of their capitalist oppressors. Now this has happened, folks. 1789, the rich had their heads lopped off by the guillotine. Russia, there was a Russian Revolution in 1917. I don't know how they were killing them. I'm guessing they weren't tickling them to death. The point is, it's not fairy tales. These things happen. And the Birlings might find the Johns and Eva Smiths of this world hitting them hard with a dose of fire, blood and anguish if they don't dial down the whole capitalist oppression thing. Right, that's enough of this battered old mug. I'm going to leave you with something a bit more beautiful. 2 model exam paragraphs that weave my yakety yak into something examiners definitely want a piece of. Don't forget, in that exam, I've only got 50 minutes to take care of business. I just don't have time to do justice to 3 interpretations for 1 piece of evidence and still look at other quotations. And besides, looking at 2 readings or interpretations is still going to allow me to hit that perceptive understanding that characterises the top band level 8 or 9 exam responses. So this will disappear, replaced by model level 9 exam paragraphs. All the best in the exam, folks. Here's the first one, taking those interpretations of the fire, blood and anguish line and channeling them into a response on a question about social responsibility. Have a read, have a go up. And here's the final little lot, responding to a different question. I think it's on powerful emotions this time. Again, have a good look, see how I've channeled those ideas into level 9 prose. Enjoy.